Today, December the 29th, we are on our way to Texas, and we are stuck here in traffic, just a few miles off Orlando, Florida. I don't know, you can see it's a dead stop here. There's an emergency vehicle coming, so I believe it's an accident on the road somewhere. Let's see what happened.
After 45 minutes of waiting in traffic, we finally get to see exactly what happened.
It's been a long 20 hours on the road. And finally, we crossed into Texas. Let me tell you something, folks. From Miami to Texas is a long, long drive. And after we pass another traffic jam, we hit San Antonio. And from there on, it's going to be due south until we get to Bracketville.
Well, we made it just in time to get settled in and shoot our rifles. But unfortunately, the old sharpshooter got KO'd on the first shot.
He just took a couple shots. The first shot, look what happened to me. It happens, right?
Weather's perfect. It's in the 40s. Should be in the 30s tomorrow morning. And we'll see. Just stay tuned with us. Texas, the second largest state, offers some of the best hunting opportunities in the country. Also known as the Lone Star State, its dense landscape offers great cover, as well as access to a wide variety of food sources, such as shrubs, fruits, and grasses. It's no question why the state of Texas has the largest whitetail deer population in the nation.
Buck. Probably in the next couple years gonna be a very nice buck. Today is the first morning here in Bracketville, South Texas. We're hunting with L&R Outfitters. We've seen a lot of deer. We've been surrounded by deer this morning. Especially, we had no camera light, and we saw with the Nikon binos a whole bunch of big bucks. The first morning passed, and we saw several nice deer, but none big enough just to shoot, especially being the first day. After lunch, I decided to go back to the stand. But before I did, I want to be sure to use our secret weapon, come here deer. I got my shooting house about 150 yards right there. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. I was using a come here deer, and I hope that will bring the big buck that we saw earlier this morning. There was a whole bunch of deer this morning here. We just got this afternoon here. We are in the same shooting house that we were in this morning. Man, but it's the cyclone. It's a hurricane here right now. The wind is blowing probably 40, 50 miles an hour. The whole blind is shaking. Unbelievable. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
The rest of the afternoon stayed very windy, but that didn't bother the deer one bit, especially this young buck who couldn't resist the bite of come here deer. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back after these commercials. Welcome back to Hunting Colablanca TV. We left Miami on December 29, so this was the first time spending New Year's outside of home with friends and family. It was definitely a new experience, but we sure made the best of it and got to light the skies up with some fireworks.
so nice to find some Spanish cooking away from home and some salsa music.
After a great home-cooked meal, we headed outside to warm up by the campfire and wait for the countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. We'll be hunting in the morning and we'll be hunting all day, but you know what? This is the way we do it out here now. With the campfire, the fireworks, and the drinking. Happy New Year, everybody.
Well, we've had a wonderful 31st, so start the new year 2010.
Wow.
Hopefully tomorrow morning, big buck will pay off, and we'll be seeing a lot of deer here in South Texas, so we'll see you in the morning.
Talking to the ranch manager, he tells me that he has seen a big 8 buck, white buck, in a wheat field he recently planted. And we are heading that way. I think it's a deer there. Oh yeah, there's a big buck. Big buck, that's a shooter. It's an 8 or 9 point. God, he went back into the bushes. Can't believe it. He went back in. Man, this is unreal. Big buck. He's, I don't know, 8 or 9 points, but he's wide and tall.
After the big buck encounter, the rest of the afternoon ended with a pretty sunset over the mountains. Luckily in camp, the story was different for one young man and his first buck. I had the opportunity to sit down with a young guy who was looking to take his first buck. Unfortunately, the day he did take his buck, I wasn't there.
It's the 1st of January, 2010, first day of the year, and I'm super excited about this deer. We were out there and he just came out about 45 minutes till sundown. He was about 163 yards out, and I took the shot. He just dropped straight down. I'd like to thank Robert from L&R Outfitters. He's one of the owners. Great guy. My mama and God. Can never get anywhere without those people.
Yesterday's big buck encounter left me thinking that we needed to go back to that wheat field. However, we needed to split up. There was 2 shooting houses about 300 to 400 yards apart. My dad took one and I took the other. This is my first time traveling to Texas to hunt whitetails, and I'm real excited to be out here and experience the excitement of a true South Texas hunt.
Good buck. Good solid 8 point right there. 350 yards. I'm not going to take that shot. I mean, it's too windy right now. He's a nice buck, and it's still early, so he might come back this way, or another buck will come out.
Well, it wasn't long after when another big buck steps out.
Talk about being in the wrong stand. Got another big buck. Looks like a big 8 or 9 pointer. Almost 400 yards away. The first buck, he's still out there. He's about 420 yards. But the sun is setting. I don't know if he'll make it any closer.
As day 3 comes to an end, day 4 greets us with new stand locations and high hopes of getting it done on the last day of the season.
So far we have seen a whole bunch of deer this morning. A lot of 8 points, 7 points, 6 point. But I'm telling you, it's everywhere you look, you see deer everywhere. It's unbelievable how many deer we have seen so far in less than an hour. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. We hope that we finally be able to see some shooter this morning.
I'm here with my son and my husband. I am not hunting, but I am really enjoying the outdoors, watching all the animals, just doing what they do. So it's really nice. I really enjoyed all these days with them here.
Now let's join in on my hunt as the morning unfolds on the last day of the season.
Big 6-pointer, no brow tines. You know, we're really holding off for a mature buck. 4 years old, good 8-point, 9-point, 10-point. About 17-inch spread and just good tine length on them. They're out here. We just can't be too selective. It's the last day of the season. There's a good buck over there. Looks like an 8-point. The other one a 6-point. He's got no brow tines, but he's tall.
I'm watching these bucks patiently, hoping for a bigger buck to show up. With all the activity so early in the morning, it's only a matter of time before a bigger buck steps out from the brush.